I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. Okay, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope that you're doing well and having a nice day, a beautiful one out there. Somehow, I pressed the record button, but I guess I wasn't recording or something. Okay, we're listening to the song Congregation by Low. We're listening to this. This is off the album Ones and Sixes, released 2015. This was sponsored and supported by Ukuflor. So Ukuflor, thank you so much for the recommendation, and thank you so much for the support. I thought I pressed the record button, but apparently I didn't. So I listened to like 30 seconds of the song, somewhere around that. And I looked down, my red light was not on, and I said, something ain't right. So I've listened to about 30 seconds of the song. I'm just putting that out there, just as a being honest and upfront. Let's go and I'm going to re-listen to the first 30 seconds, but let's go ahead and listen to it together, shall we? This time, red dots on over there, red dots on down here. Let's go. Something was wrong. That was a really nice track. I want to see if I can find an image of what it makes me think of. Okay. I want to see if I can find a picture of, oh, that is so perfect. Oh, that's perfect. This is exactly what I'm thinking of. Okay. The music itself, and it's kind of like what we've heard a lot from Low, is it moves at this glacial pace. It's very cold and icy, but at the same point, and at the same time, there's something I think very sunny about it. Very, very happy and gently pleasant about the song's disposition. And if you listen in the very back, there's almost like this tape kind of noise that's going on in the back. That's almost like gently screeching. That's just kind of back there. Yeah, that's just a sustained layer that continues throughout the whole track. And then, of course, you have the gentle thump of the bass and guitar. Bum, 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 bum. Just kind of giving it a little bit of that rhythm. And as slow as that rhythm is, it's very bouncy. Bum, 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 bum. If you were to put the snare in between it, right? It's kind of a cool little bounce to it. And then, of course, the vocals on top of that is just... I'll show you what it is to me. It is, to me, like when you see the sun just shining over the ice. The ice is kind of like that tape noise in the back, the icy thump a little bit that's happening rhythmically, the piano that comes in around it as well. All of that has this kind of cold mystique to it. And yet the vocals on top of that and the light, radiant atmosphere that they have kind of shines this very subtle and yet still just as warm energy and glow down towards the ice, just providing this light sheen over the ice that creates this really majestic kind of picture. Exactly. I'm kind of covering it. Kind of like what I'm seeing here, like I typed in sun shining over ice. Like I think that is exactly what this track feels like. Yes, it's at a glacial pace. Yes, it's a little cold and icy and such, but there's something I think quite obviously warm about it. This is when it's a cold day, as many are feeling. It's like a cold day, but you step outside into that one spot outside of the shadows. You step into the sun, and you just get that little glimpse upon your skin of warmth. You just get that little feel of the sun coming down, that ray touching your skin, and it makes you shiver. It gives you goosebumps, like, ooh, that feels so good. And then your body gets used to it, and that little moments of heat is gone. But it does provide like something very similar. I think that these pictures perfectly capture actually what I'm hearing and seeing from this song. And I think that is incredibly lovely, how it moves, how the track eventually takes flight, so to speak, near the end of it. I'm pulling it up again. Right here. This is that beautiful sunburst moment right here. Da, da, da. With the riff, of course, coming alive now, filling in those spaces and filling in those blanks. The vocals, just soaring in a way right there. A low soar, but soaring nonetheless. And everything just comes into this really beautiful bloom there at the end of that track. This was a really, really nice one. How this opened up, how it began, and where it went from there. I think that was really lovely. Let's look at these lyrics here. Sometimes the congregation takes the other side. Interesting, like a congregation you think as, a body of people or a group of persons who are on one side, and they're, of course, on one side of an issue, but sometimes they take the other side. And now it becomes an inquisition of familiar lies. Oh, I like that an inquisition, from a congregation to an inquisition. A grave distraction from a quiet rite. Like now they're not focused on what they should have been focused on. And it's a grave distraction with consequences. Sometimes the congregation can't make up its mind. Incarceration creeps up from behind to take hold of them. The implication is its own device in the middle of a salient fight. Like they were, it was a making of their own, it was a disaster of their own making in some part. Like they, in a way, they created their own monster. Perhaps, in a way. They brought about their own destruction or something. Sometimes the congregation can't be satisfied, can't be bothered with the ways and whys. Generations like their ways and times. They can't be bothered with the ways and the whys. They're just so dogmatic, perhaps, in their approach and in their beliefs that they don't care about the other parts. They say this is tradition. Generations like their ways and times. They don't care about change or things like that. Just they're stagnant, not progressing. Something I'm beating around the bush, but I feel like I'm feeling like I'm close to the bush in this one. Just keep the tradition. Don't worry about anything else. And this could apply to, of course, so many different things, but that's how I'm kind of viewing it. Just as a body or a group of persons, whatever that may be or be representative of in this particular track. I like that a lot. Really, that sun shining over the ice, I couldn't do better than finding those pictures. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, down in the comments. I appreciate you all watching. Hope you guys are staying warm, especially if you're finding yourself in some cold weather right now. Yerky Floor, thank you so much once again for the support. I appreciate that, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.